It's early morning, time to make my coffee with my AeroPress. The AeroPress is ready to go. I use the 20-ounce cup because I like a lot of coffee in the morning, but you can use whatever size you like and change it up. Just adjust the recipe. Okay, I usually take 2 of the ladlefuls. This is the AeroPress ladle. 1, 2, and they're kind of heaping. That's for my large 20-ounce cup. Then take your screen from the bottom, for the bottom part of your AeroPress. Get yourself one of these little filters. These filters are great because what they do is they take the oil out of the coffee, which is the bitter, and it also doesn't leave you with so much sediment. Put the little filter in the bottom of the screen, and then attach the screen to the bottom of the main tube. There you go. Okay, your main tube is complete with the screen. Now you take your coffee from your grinder and pour it directly into the main tube. Now this is kind of where I messed up. Was in your packet you got a little, actually you got a big funnel that sits on the top right here. I threw that away thinking I'd never use it. But wouldn't it be great to just have that big funnel right there and just bloop, just throw all the coffee right into that funnel? So now I have to kind of do it a little bit of a Weasley way. I just scoop the coffee in with a spoon. No big deal. Just be a little easier if I had that. Finishing up the last little bit of coffee from the grinder. I've gotten pretty good at this where I don't miss the main tube too much. Look at this. I'm going to place my main tube with my coffee ground on top of my cup. And then, look, prep my stirring mechanism. Pour the water in rather briskly. I let it fill up about halfway and stir right away, getting all the beans nice and wet. And then all the way to the top. Now, normally, you would just simply grab your plunger and press down. Well, you know what? I like to use the coffee beans twice, believe it or not. So I take my plunger and I work it just, move my hand over here. Look at it, I push it slightly, just slightly. Because coffee's always best when it's pressed, right? See how I'm working the coffee down through? Now here's the deal. Most people would just simply use one plunge. Just take the plunger and go straight down through and fill the rest of the cup up with hot water. I get that that's the way an Americano is supposed to be made. But the way I like it, I just like it a little bit stronger, so I use the beans twice. I'm sure every barista in the world would probably say that's crazy, but nonetheless, that's what I do. You could also just let it sit and drip for a little while if you'd like, but having the pressure on the coffee actually makes the coffee taste better. So see how I'm working it down through, just a tiny bit at a time? I'm not putting the plunger too far down in, because if I put it too far down in and then went to pull it out, the paper and everything else would come up and the filter would be useless and I'd have grounds everywhere. But see, it's pretty easy. Now look, here's what I'm going to do this time. I like to fill it up one more time, use my beans twice in my 20-ounce cup. You can actually do this in a 16-ounce cup too. What I'll do is I'll fill it up twice. I'm just going to let that sit for a minute, drop down about that far by itself. Maybe give it another stir with my stirring mechanism. It fits perfectly in there, by the way. And here we go, the final press. Time for the big cup. Just put a bit of pressure on the top of your AeroPress. Watch out you don't tip your cup over, that'd be kind of a drag. Just give it constant pressure until all the coffee's dripped out. The first few times you do it, you might want to stop and check to make sure that your water level is not going to be too high and spill over the cup. I can tell from experience that I'm going to come pretty close to the top, but I don't think I'm going to go over. No, not going to go over, but pretty close. I also have spilled this cup in the past, pushing down here so hard that the cup is spilled. That can be, number 1, hot, number 2, messy. There you go. You'll hear a little bit of air at the end. And there it is. There is your AeroPress coffee. Now I put cream in and sweet and low and all that stuff just to make it the way I like it, but there you go. Enjoy.